Hi, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how to do the download of your Google data. So, here is a response on support.google.com on how to use the Google Takeout process. Talks about what gets downloaded, how it gets downloaded. So, if you click on this link, go to download your data. You will need to be logged into the account that you want to download. So, I'm just going to double check which account I'm in, do the quick switch. I'm in the right account. So always make sure you're in the right Google account up in the top right when you want to do the download. I'll click download, and then it will bring you to this Google Takeout page where it's going to ask you basically, you're going to create a new export, and it's going to walk you through 57 different applications which are related to your Google account. Now, you can decide to do them all. Um, and you can decide to select them all or deselect them all. Um, I would, if you're not quite sure, I would include them all as an option. But there are some that you might want to review and just see if you've ever used before, and you won't really need that data because it'll make it a smaller download. For example, the arts and culture, if you never used that Google feature, or the blogger blog, if you never used that feature, you can deselect those because that will take up additional space. And there's a number of apps through here that you want to review, like even Cloud Print. You may not want to download that. That's not necessarily got a lot of information, but of course, Contacts is important. Drive is very important. Your email is very important. Google Photos, if you use the Google Photos app through the account, is very important. Um, and all sorts of, different Google products here. So you just want to go through and make sure that you are actively reviewing which things you're backing up. Like here's mail, making sure that's selected, and making sure it's all here. All right. So once you get through all of these applications and you review, then you want to press next step. And then it's going to ask you the file type, frequency, and destination. So the very first thing is you do have an option of adding it to Drive, but that's going to go into the same account. So in theory, you could add it to your Drive and then share the contents of the entire folder to a different Gmail address. But most people don't do it that way. I mean, it is an option. It will add it all to a different Google Drive. It all added to the current Drive account you're logged into, not a different one. And you could share that folder so that the other account had complete access to that folder. You could add it to a Dropbox account. If you have Dropbox, it wants you to log in, and then it also has add to OneDrive or add to Box. So those are some other options. So I'm going to do the send to download link via email, and I'm going to say that I'm only going to export this once, and I'm going to request that it's a zip file. And I know a lot of these Drive downloads are very large, so exports larger than this site is split into multiple files. So there's 2 gigs. Anything larger than 2 gigs would be multiple files. So what I would do is maybe do 10 gigabytes. And then if you have around 20 to 25 gigs, you're going to get 3 files that can be downloaded. And also the thing to think about, if you do add it to your Drive, your space in your Drive needs to support that. So, I mean, I know that most people's work drives are unlimited through Google Enterprise, but the personal drive, you may want to be aware that you're adding, a good chunk of data to that drive if you decide to share that folder completely across the 2 accounts. Okay, then you want to go ahead and press Create Export, and then it will kind of keep you up to date on the export. It's creating a copy of the files from 54 products. Export progress. You can cancel. You can create another export if you want. And those are the steps. And you should receive email updates on receiving the backup from Google Takeout. So I'm just going to click back and just remember that you're going to be starting from your account, and you're going to use the the takeout.google.com link that I've highlighted up in the top. And right here, it's telling me that a download is in progress. And also, you can also view and manage the exports. All right, thank you.